The judge's voice, here. Listen closely. This isn't casual courtroom chit-chat. This is a protective statement, almost a public safety announcement. When a judge says, "You are a danger to society," they're building a legal foundation to justify the harshest possible bond conditions or even revoking bond completely. That phrase isn't used lightly. It's like the legal equivalent of pulling the emergency brake. And in this case, you can tell the judge is already thinking. Beyond just bond, they're thinking about how to prevent any future incidents before they happen.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The defendant is the complainant's ex-boyfriend. During a walk-in report, the complainant told the officers that her and the defendant had an on and off dating relationship since the 8th grade, but they broke up in June 2024. In September, the defendant told the complainant, "Stop talking all that mess before I come to your house and fucking shoot you." The complainant told the officers that right after the incident, the defendant sent her photos of a gun in his lap. The complainant stated the defendant also told one of the complainant's friends that he was going to shoot the complainant.
So tell me about the ag assault. What happened there?
Your Honor, in the ag assault, one moment.
In the criminal mischief, is it with the same complaining witness as well?
The criminal mischief's from a prior event where we had experimented trying a drug and...
Whoa, the judge doesn't even start with small talk here. No greetings, no pleasantries, just straight into extreme disappointment. That's courtroom language, for you've blown every chance I gave you. When a judge opens like this, it's not just about today's charges, it's about your entire history catching up with you. And trust me, when that gavel drops later, the words you heard in the first 10 seconds will come back to haunt you. This is the legal version of a knockout punch in round one.
Kind of got crazy and broke stuff with it.
Yes, Your Honor. And then for the aggravated
Completely
assault,
unrelated.
it says the complainant and her friends went to a party, and at the party they saw the defendant trying to get in, but was ultimately turned away because too many people were there already. While walking, the complainant ignored the defendant, and the defendant stated, "Are you going to apologize?" And the complainant kept walking. The defendant began cussing at the complainant and said, "I got it on me." And the defendant said the complainant said at that time, the defendant got a pistol from his ankle and pointed it at her. And then witnesses corroborated the complainant's statement. And Your Honor, there's also a pending terroristic threat out of Galveston as well for the same complaining witness. Yes.
Did you know about this?
I did not know about that.
Do you have an open case in Galveston as well? I think, Mr. Poole, that you are a complete and utter danger to our society. And I'm going to do everything in my power to protect Harris County from anyone that does any kind of damage whatsoever. I am now revoking your bonds on both of your other cases. Goes with you. I'm sorry.
Here's where we go from messy breakup drama to full-on criminal case material. We've got verbal threats, a gun photo sent directly to the victim, and independent witnesses confirming the story. That's not just hearsay, that's multiple pieces of evidence working together like puzzle pieces for the prosecution, and the fact that it's an ex-boyfriend situation that can easily trigger enhanced penalties in domestic or family violence laws. If this goes to trial, jurors won't just be hearing about one bad moment, they'll be picturing a pattern of intimidation.
No, as much as I love you, it's unacceptable the way things have been going. And I think that you don't get the message. And now I hope you do. But I am now going to give you home confinement. You're not allowed out if you bond out of jail. I'm going to make your bond sky high. I think that you're a complete and utter danger to everyone. You flaunt our bond conditions. And it's truly sad, Mr. Poole, because you have but one life. And when you have a gun and when you start using that, God forbid that you do some irreparable damage, that you dig yourself into a hole where you're looking at 50 to 60 years in prison, perhaps life. 99% of people that are in jail are there because they have no self-control. They either use something, they are on something, and they get upset. They wig out without thinking, if I say this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? It's unacceptable. And now I will do everything, like I said, in my power to protect Harris County. So if you do get out, You must remain home confinement. You're not allowed out. No weapons, no contact with any of the complaining witnesses whatsoever. No dope, no alcohol. Anything else? I mean, what does he do?
He's a student, Judge. He's a high school student. So
I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, he scares me.
understood. And Chip and I are going to put some things together. I think that there's a different scenario really going.
Home confinement might sound comfortable if you've never been through it, but let's be real. This is not Netflix and chill. This is legal house arrest with strict rules, GPS monitoring, and zero tolerance for mistakes. Miss curfew by 5 minutes, back in jail. Get caught with a weapon, back in jail. Even being near the wrong person can land you right back behind bars. It's basically the justice system saying, we'll let you out, but your living room is now your prison cell. The only difference is, the walls have a TV and your own couch. For now,
going on and what this reflects in the probable cause statements. And we're going to bring that to the prosecutors.
If you have something that shows me different to what they have, I'm all ears.
Understood.
You know,
And with your permission, Judge, if we'll get some time to put that stuff together, we can perhaps readdress the bond.
yeah, absolutely. And I never want to see a kid lose out on school, you know, because to me, it's the most important thing in life, you know?
Understood. If we do home confinement, can there be an exception to that when he's at school and he just has to report immediately back to his home?
Is he like in high school?
He's a high school student.
In high school.
I mean,
Yeah, Judge, he's actually currently, because of this situation, doing online school, so he'll be able to do it from home.
Oh, okay, good.
So disregard.
Good. There we go. Are you mom and dad? Come on up. Come up.
Come over.
Thank you so much for coming. Shh. It's out of control. I don't know what else to do. But it seems that when he's out in public and he's out, you know, partying, as they say, there's a wake of trouble. Did you guys know that he has a case in Galveston as well?
No, Your Honor, this is the first time I've heard of that.
Is it currently open?
It's currently open, Your Honor.
Something that the lawyers are also unaware of as well, you know?
We think it's all one event that happened over a few hours. We don't know.
But it's not though. It's not. He's, you know, 12 in December of 23, you know, we have a criminal mischief, an evading arrest. Now, a couple months later, we've got Galveston. It's not. And I think that we need to really give him a wake up call before he really does irreparable damage, you know?
If I could just clarify the two events here in Harris and the one event in Galveston, we think that was all in the one series of events that happened between a football game and a party on a hotel.
We need to figure out what's going on, you know, to figure out why it's continuing to happen.
the judge calls this a wake-up call. But in legal terms, this isn't the gentle buzz of an alarm clock. This is a blaring siren. The message is crystal clear. This is your final warning before your mailing address becomes a prison cell block. Number, judges don't say things like this for fun. They say it because they've seen the end of this movie 1,000 times, and it usually ends with decades lost to a system that doesn't forgive repeated mistakes. This moment, this is the fork in the road where one path leads home, and the other leads to a future measured in years, not days.
And you know, I want what's best for your son. I really do. And I will help you in any way that I can. I have to put him in custody today because I have to show him that it's unacceptable what he's doing and picking up these two new cases, especially the fact that he's picked up an aggravated assault. That's, you know, you've got a great lawyer. We'll be here to figure it out with you.
And Judge, he's already addressed the bond on the felony case as well. So he's gone in and addressed it with the felony. We're just
Bond, huh?
understood.
So I'm making your bonds 30,000 each. I don't know if they're going to bond you out, but you know. If you do get out, you better be on your best behavior. And you are not to go anywhere. What I'd like to do is, I'm going to take him in now. I'd like to do an evaluation. It's called a TRAS to see what the best way of going forward. We have clinicians that can sit there and evaluate him, talk to him, figure out what's going on. And perhaps boot camp is the right way. Perhaps, we have these other things that we have at our disposal to see how we go forward. Because I just don't know. I don't know what's going on in his life. I don't know what he's doing, what he's taking,
We did already as part of the PTI, and they do want to increase him to what?
Say it again.
They want to increase his level of supervision to YMAX.
Who say that? Felony court?
No, misdemeanor, but this is a part of the PTI. He's already completed the TRS this year, so because of the new law violations and how famous they kind of are, they want him to do YMAX.
Did you hear that?
I did. Judge, again, I think that these probable cause statements are giving a skewed picture of what's
So
really
that's
going
right. Let's not put the cart ahead of the horse. We'll give you time. And then if you see something different, just come back and let me know. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
If you need anything, always come back. We're here. We'll help you out in any way that we can. And sometimes some kids are harder to reach, but we'll do everything on our power to reach them one way or the other. So we got you. Okay. We'll take care of you one way or the other. Okay. All right. He goes with you. Oh yeah. I'm going to do a mow up. So hold on, Stephen, hold on. Mr. Poole, I'm entering in what's called the magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies SM as a protected individual. You're not to commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where this person works. If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation of protective order, and you violate those conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond. Zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person of Harris County.
Protective order isn't just a piece of paper, it's a legal force field. It draws an invisible, legally enforceable line between the accused and the protected person. Cross that line even once, whether in person, online, or through a third party, and the judge can issue a zero bond order. That's as serious as it sounds. No bail, no bond, no chance of walking out until trial. And prosecutors love these violations because they're easy to prove and hard to defend. The bottom line, treat a protective order like it's made of steel, because the moment you break it, it will snap back harder than you think.
Of Harris County. Do you understand, Mr. Poole? Okay. All right. We'll have him sign it and then.
Judge, I just.
Yeah, sorry.
I hate for-
Do you know that they are 100?
It's on to him.
Do you know that they're 100% going to? What do you want?
I don't know. I understand the benefit of expressing the gravity to him of having him go into custody and have to bond out, get processed through the jail, spend the night in jail.
How much you think? That I'm not going to do. I think that's all right. All right.